It was my sophomore year of college when I was prescribed Percocets for stomach virus. And that turned into weekly use of Percocets, which turned into daily use. And then I used heroin for the first time. While I was using the pills, I didn't like the stigma that went along with the heroin, so I steered clear of it. And then once the pills, they were stopping the production of pills, and they were shutting down a lot of the pain clinics, so they were really scarce, so that's when I turned to heroin. I guess when I started to actually use heroin every single day, I was dating someone. I dropped him off on one of the streets here in Wilmington, and I drove away because I was scared, but I just dropped him off and he just walked one block and found someone. I was just doing crazy things for drugs, and I think the turning point for me then was that waking up each morning got harder and harder. The drugs weren't filling that emptiness inside me any longer. And I remember that mental part that I would make everything a lot worse. I would be sick going to get my drugs, and as soon as the drugs were in my hand, my physical sickness would go away. I didn't even put them in my body yet, but they would be in my hand. So it was so much, my head made up so much of the sickness that I don't want to go back to that. I like to sleep properly now. I fall asleep naturally. That was something I never had. I have natural energy that I don't need drugs to wake me up in the morning or get me throughout my day. So just remembering withdrawal definitely helps. I work a 12-step program. I believe in helping other people. If I'm having a bad day, I'll reach out to someone else and listen to their day and see what they're going through, and it just helps me to get out of my own head. And I have a really good relationship with a higher power. I'm very spiritual now. I have a great support group, and I also went through a lot when I went through my first year of recovery. To go through a 12-step program and to really take a look at myself, because alcohol and drugs aren't our problem, they're a solution to our problem. So I had to go back and take a look at myself, take a look at all of my character defects to see why I act the way I act. And it was a very difficult process. I went through a lot, and some days I felt like giving up, but I just kept pushing forward. So there was something there. I wanted to stay clean. We shouldn't be able to understand why it's happening to someone from, a different class than us. It's all the same issue. It's all addiction. It's all pain. It's all just a terrible disease that can affect anyone. Nothing stopped me from trying all these things. It's just a matter of, you can't stop someone from being an addict, but once you find out that they are, it's what do you do about it? I had dreams and goals, morals, values, respect. I grew up with all of that. If you would have told me when I was 12 years old that I would be a heroin addict, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what my reaction would have been, but it happened to me. And it can happen to anyone.